I was just skimming through some stuff. I don't know where I started reading it, but about I think it was like says article or something that said two 4-star generals or something like that were saying that there's no uh, extremists in the military, and then they got some professional person that looks, that's gonna get nitpicky and say, oh yeah, well this is extremism and this is extremism. But anyway, some people might be giving up extremism joining the military. I'm not saying there isn't, but I know that there was. They're saying it's just white. There's not just white extremism. There's all race extremism in the military. Well, not all race. I don't know if there's any. I know there was some. I don't know what there was some group in Germany that was supposedly a gang running around. They cut up some guy, another soldier. They cut him up, and so it's not just white extremism. That's the problem with these people. They're just pointing. Everybody's just pointing. If you're not, even that's not even true because even white people are pointing at white people saying, "Oh, you're extremists." They're just people are born. I don't know if they're either born not hating or not even thinking about hate, or they're born hating themselves, or they're born hating somebody else. I mean, or they're taught. Maybe they're not. Maybe nobody's born to hate, and they're taught to hate through religion or through popularity. Like, well, these people are popular, so we don't like those people. Or religion, where you hate Satan and anything evil, but they can't really describe. They try to say that Satan's some animal looking, and that's hate right there. That's hate against animals. And basically, animals are God, and humans that breed and eat meat, and the thought of them is Satan. And basically, it's the whole human race. The combined, uncensored thought of the human race is Satan. Just like the combined, uncensored thought of animals is God. So they it's nobody can explain either. Well, I could explain it, but nobody can understand any of this because they're so uh, corralled down certain alleys of this is what it's like and these are the people you hate. So, and that's basically, probably what suicide is that people are like, they don't go around hating other people, they just hate themselves. I just wonder, it's like they're not hating somebody else, they're hating themselves. So, to help people not commit suicide, you got to teach them to hate others. That way, they won't be hating themselves, and that's how you get rid of suicide is hate. And how do you get rid of extremism? Well, you teach them people that you don't want around. You teach them to hate themselves, and that's what they're doing because it's basically turning them to suicide. I don't know if it is, but I mean, and they miss the target on the people that they're targeting, and it hits, a bunch of soldiers. That they're saying, oh, we're who know I don't know what their problem is, but it's they're hating them. If they're suicidal, then they're hating themselves. It's got to be. I mean, why else would you kill yourselves unless you hate yourself? You know, or you think it's like you think, it's anyway. So that's what I was saying. You're either taught hate because you know, because if you hate yourself, then maybe that it's just automatic that you end up killing yourself because there's so much hate. You got to push it at somebody else, and that's the reason they made up Satan is to push hate at Satan. But they didn't realize that they are actually Satan. So they're hating themselves, or they're not hating themselves, but they're hating somebody, somewhere, or groups of somewhere that don't even know they're being hated. Uh, it's just like an imaginary monster, and they're just, it's hard to explain it, but so, it's maybe you ought to take see, they hated the towers. Now the towers are down. Now what are they hating? It's nonstop. It's you either hate something else or you hate yourself, and then you end up dead because you kill yourself. Because once hate turns on you, it's maybe it don't let go. So maybe people should hate people's hated garbage cans, and then people go around kicking garbage cans. People hate maybe pumpkins, and then every Halloween people go around smashing pumpkins. People hate stop signs, so they go around shooting and running over stops. It's everything. I hate this, I hate that. And so they might not carry out the act, but somebody else gets it and says, hey, I'll do that for you. I'll do that for you. And so you get other people doing your hate. You might not be doing it, you're thinking it to yourself, you're not telling anybody, but it's still happening. And you don't say anything. You think, wow, that stop sign's gone, and I hated that stop sign. Now it's down, and somebody else must have hated it, and maybe it wasn't me hating it. Anyway, that's you're hating something, or you're hating yourself. So it's and people are gonna say, well, instead of hating, you're gonna love. What are you gonna then what? Then you're going around. You got people walking down the street, and a big giant ball of love hits somebody, and all of a sudden they want to rape somebody because they're out of control, and the person doesn't want to know them, and so they go rape them, or this or that or the other. Or the two people are hit by a ball of love thought. They get married, and then they realize, oh wait, we don't even like each other, and they get kids, and then they end up with all these kids that they have confused lives because this ball of love that nobody knows about, and it just rolls around because a bunch of people thought about it, and it turns into a big snowball effect and hits other people that they don't know about because they can't see it. So that's all I'm going to say.